Well, hi, Jason. I'm not quite sure exactly what you're trying to do here, but I think what's causing the problem for you is a conflict of settings. You open the dialog box in a house, you got the floor at 0 inches, and that's a usual condition, 0 inches. And check that closet. 0 inches, and about 96 inches for the finished ceiling height. Now this porch is set to a radically different figure at minus 18 inches. So you'd have to step from 0 to minus 18, and that wouldn't be legal by code. You have to have 2 steps there for that, so that's not workable. And you got the garage set to minus 12, or yeah, minus 42. That's totally goofy. I mean, you got a door here between minus 18 and minus 42 and no steps. I hope you're following me on this. It just doesn't make any sense. And we'll go over here to terrain and terrain specification. Okay, I'm in suite. I have to just click on the terrain. You got the terrain set to minus 18 inches. I know it doesn't say minus 18, but when a positive figure drives the excuse me, terrain down, so it just doesn't make sense to me. Normally the porch, I'm going to go over here to, just so you'll see that this is showing up. I've already looked at this a little bit before I started doing the video. Apparently you used some kind of file that I don't have. That's all right. It looks exactly the same way on my computer and in my suite as yours, and it's being caused by these conflict of settings. You got the door up here on the porch, and the porch is apparently at not minus 18, but it's at 0. And that comes from, I'm going to open the dialog box for this front porch. You got a name porch, and that's correct. But on the structure tab, you got the floor finish set to 18 inches. That's totally crackers. I don't mean to make fun of you, but you know, this is probably what's causing the problem. I'm going to set it to 0. I guess we'll set it to 1/16. Die. 1. Typing never was my forte. And we'll go over here and set the floor covering. Okay, set to concrete. That's fine. And I'm going to set the height over here at not minus 18, but 0, or minus 3. Just slightly below the front door, so that if you get a frog strangler kind of a rain, water doesn't blow into the house. Okay, so now the porch is just slightly below this door and slightly below this door. And let me hit F12. That should rebuild walls, floors, and ceilings a little bit. Okay, we still got that anomaly there that you were complaining of. Minus 3. Yeah, the ceiling height increases when you lower the floor. The 3 inches was added to the ceiling height, so that's normal. Now that looks a little more normal. That step should be not, yeah, okay, that's set correctly. Now the garage you got down here, but you got this door up here and the garage floor down here and no steps. That's not going to work. No inspector in the world would say that that's okay. I'm going to put some click stairs there. That's how many, at the height you've got here. So you got to set it minus 42. It's totally crackers. Commonly, if this into the, let me talk about that. If this into the, usually the floor is sloped in the real world, so that again, for drainage, water doesn't come in here and run in your house. They'll slope the slab in here, and usually the lowest spot is right underneath the door, and the highest spot's back up here. But at minus 42, that's how many steps you would have to have in order to get legally from this level here to the garage. So that's not going to go. You don't have room here but for about a couple of steps anyway. So I'm just going to guess and say this is not minus, a couple of steps would be minus 14, maybe minus 21. So we can't have those steps in front of the, I'm going to reduce that down to just 2 steps. Let's see what that looks like. The door shot way up. Let me see if the door, sometimes when you change floor heights, door, yeah, okay, the door got lost. See, it's set 42 to the bottom. We'll put it 0 to the bottom. Yeah, okay, that's about where it should be relative to the porch. Now we'll go back to the garage. Let's see, let me see what the garage, it says 0. Oh, okay. This is, I thought it was at 0. It's not. I think we've got to go minus 21 for 3, minus 14. See, I'm guessing here because you didn't give me all the data. Okay, now those steps look a little more workable. You don't need the railing there, I don't think. Now the door's too low. See, the bottom of it's down here following the garage. You look at it from this side. I need to move that camera view a little bit. I can't see what I want to look at. Yeah, we want this door even with a porch. And because the rooms right next to each other vary in height, you know, it makes the software, it's not real smart. It's smartly made, but it's not very smart. I'm just going to set that relative to the porch a little bit. So you step through here, and then I'll go back to the garage. I got several cameras up. There we go. That's a little better. I don't mean to tell you your business, but you're going to have to, if you're going to have this up here, then you have to have some steps. Okay, that's a little better. When I was working on this on my other computer, this thing went away once I got the settings kind of squared away. Set that back to default. I think the set, yeah, okay, see? The anomaly went away once I got the settings kind of smoothed out. That's what happened when I looked at it the first time. Now, why that happens, I don't know. It's just that when the settings are, okay, now your garage is way up in the air. Let me see if this door got lost. No, it says 0. What's the floor setting in here? Minus 14. I don't believe it. I'm going to take a look with the camera. I don't trust software, by the way. I always check things with the camera view. Okay, it is where it said it was. Okay, so, all right. So I guess if this terrain is in the right place, and that's a guess, it's certainly right relative to the front porch, then maybe we do need to lower the garage. What you got at minus 48? Minus 48 is not going to work. That's too many steps. Let's go. Let's just move it in increments. Well, it's still a long way to go. What you got? What do you have this terrain set to? What's that? That's 0. Minus 12. And you got something other back here. What's that? Minus 84. Well, let's take a look at this. See, I'm not as oriented to this thing. You've been slaving away on it, and this is my first time to see it. Okay. A deck with no railing. That won't fly. Inspector won't allow that. Okay. Well, you got to, well, it's just not, this isn't going to work. I don't know what the height of, you had it set at minus 42. Okay, now that works relative to the terrain. Of course, the door again gets kind of lost because it's right next to this minus 3 level and then minus 48, 42 over here. But the problem is, this number of steps isn't going to work, and that'll get in the way of your, usefulness of the. Oh, look at this. See what I'm talking about? You might have to put a little landing here and then some steps. Let me show you how to. You're gonna have to move this door over. I don't know if this is an existing residence, you're in trouble. I'm gonna move that door over a little bit. Excuse me. We'll take this step. I'll just delete that. To go from minus 3 to minus 42, you're going to have a landing. I don't remember if the suite has a landing tool. Let's see, build, stairs. Landing, okay. Make the landing 39 inches wide. I think that's code. So that clears the garage a little bit. Then we can take the, I have to set the height on this. This is minus 3, so this would need to be minus 3. Uh-oh. In suite, you can't set the height. All right. Let's use a click stair tool. Click on the edge of that landing. Come on. Silly software. Need to go this way. Move that over a little bit. Now I need the stairs the same width as the landing. It's too wide, 39. Okay, now they match. Now to get this landing and the stairs hooked up, I'm just going to click on the edges so that they kind of snap together. We'll check that with a, okay, I've got a camera view open. I got several camera views open. Okay. So that landing's too high. The stairs are with the program, but this landing is too high. And I don't see anywhere to adjust the landing height. Okay, so I can't use a landing. It's making this up as I go. I'm going to get rid of the landing. That's no good. We'll use the, excuse me, wall and railing tool to create kind of a little landing room. There, I'm going to move that over, past the door a little bit. I'm just going to rough this in, leave it to you to finish it up. Put that on the edge of the landing, move this wall over to match. Need to move over a little bit more. Okay, that ought to work. Now I'm going to make this this landing wall here invisible, so we don't have railing in the middle of. And then I have to tell this dialog box. It's probably just going to do what the rest of the garage is doing. Yeah, see, it came in at minus 42. I had to tell it that I wanted it at minus 3. I'm not real interested in the. The doors just doesn't have a clue where it's supposed to be. I don't need this open anymore. I'll close this camera view. Okay. Let me hit F12 and see if that won't straighten up. Well, I think my little landing here is lost. Floor minus 3. Over here it should be minus, yeah. The ceiling in the garage is a kind of a problem. See, it's cutting into the door. Three. Yeah, the ceiling's going to have to be higher in here. I don't know why. See, finished ceiling was at that 9 feet. See what that does. I need to move that up. It's probably too much. Well, okay, that looks all right. Now we're getting into that. Well, you got a kind of a design problem here, which I'm not my job to help you with that. Why is it? Okay. Floor minus 104. That can't be the default. Let me check something here. I'm going to go to Edit Default Settings. Floor. See what you've got the default set to. Floor below is minus 104. Okay. All right. Open this dialog box again. No. I'll go over here. What am I missing here? Minus 3. I want it the same as a porch. Maybe that's a goofy label. These naming conventions are actually programming commands. I don't need to name that garage. It's not a garage. It's anything. I don't care. Maybe that'll help me out if I'm no longer calling it a garage. Not working out very good. Maybe 108's a little tall. How about 104, 6 inches lower? I'm guessing here, and I'm sorry, but you know, I'm happy to look at these plans, but sometimes it's a little difficult for me to know what it is that you intend to do. But anyway, I got that thing fixed, and that was just straightening out the settings. Boy, look at that. See what that dialog box says. No, it says 0. I don't think so. I'm trying to open the room dialog box in here. Floor is mine. Oh, I see. Not in here. That landing's supposed to be minus 3, but this garage is supposed to be minus 42, isn't it? So I tell you, the software is not real smart, and it just does kind of what you tell it. And this is a good illustration of that. Now that floor at minus 42, let's put that back to default, see what it does. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing with this landing. There, got the dialog box now. And we'll set that to default. And the floor at minus 3. See, for some reason it's following what I do in the garage. Oh, I'm an idiot. I thought I had a separate dialog box here, but maybe I don't. I ought to have a dialog box here. Just move that over there a little bit. Widen this out. I'll let you figure it out. Move those stairs over to the edge. This landing I want at minus 3. Okay, it is. But this one over here should be called garage. Okay. And it should be at minus 42. Okay. I think we're about got this straightened out. I'm sorry if some of this was just useless guessing and you didn't need to know that, but you need, okay, we're almost there. Oh, it's gone to minus 42 again. When I say the software's not very smart, that's an understatement. It's good. It's great software, but it's not real smart. Okay, that seems to be holding. Wait a minute. That said -3. It needs to be -42 based on what you had it set to. 42. It should be minus. No. Well, these two are kind of in lockstep for some reason. When I change the floor height to one, it changes the floor height to the other, and that's goofy. Crap. Why is it doing that? Also, this wall's facing the wrong way. Where's the break wall tool? There it is. Need to break that right there. Flip that. Oh. Okay, you don't need two wall segments there. What size door is that? Almost 36. I'm going to draw over that so that there's just one wall segment there and flip the layers on it so that the exterior layers are on the outside. Don't put that door back. -3. Okay. -3. It should be at 0, and it is. Okay. You can change the door type if you want to. Okay, that looks okay. Well, the garage is all up in the air again. Well, I just can't seem to separate these garage and the landing like I ought to be able to. And I don't have an answer for that. It's kind of goofy. The railing's up there where it's supposed to be. That's about where the garage is supposed to be. This door is trying to follow the garage floor. It should follow the porch and landing. Well, I'm sorry this is turned into a Marx Brothers movie. See, okay. Brother man. What is causing that? Let me draw an invisible wall. I'm going to draw an invisible wall over here and tell this wall here to not be no room defined. I just need it connecting to the, I need some way to make this thing stop following the garage. Now they're still locked together. See, the garage door is down where it's supposed to be. The railing's about where it's supposed to be, and it's just a stupid landing floor. And the reason that stem wall is staying at the default is because of that setting there, by the way. Well, they're just locked together. Doodle daddle. If I could separate them, I could have this thing finished. So I got the porch straightened out. I got rid of the anomalous wall. And now this stupid thing. You're going to have a stairs because of the difference in height between -3 and -42. That's the law. I don't know why I'm having such a difficulty. Let me, maybe that wall's not connecting like I think it is. This invisible wall was just a guess because I'm having so much trouble with this working properly. Well, I guess I don't know if Sweet has a slab tool. I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll put a soffit there. I'm getting tired of messing with this. I'm just going to put a soffit here. I'm going to leave the landing there because the railings are following it all right. I'm going to go back to the camera view inside. There's the soffit. Get the move handle there. Well, it didn't move. I'm going to hit the control key and then drag. Well, everything's not working very good in this plan right now. Floor to bottom, I want that minus 14. Yeah, I just wanted to make this the floor. I'll just extrude that down in the garage. That's fine. You can resize it so that it's okay. I don't know why I wasn't able to draw a room in here, call it a landing, and set it whatever height I wanted to, but I'm not insane. I'm not gonna keep fighting the software. If it's not going to allow me to do what I want to do, I'll find a way around it. Looks like that wall there is the wrong material. No, it's the right material out here. You must have assigned a secondary material to it. Let me check that on the materials tab. Yeah, you assigned this white stuff on the inside. Let me get rid of that. Oh, okay. I'll just use the eyedropper tool. It made a new material colored like this. What is this? Mount Rushmore AC39. Yeah, and sweet, you don't have plan materials. That's kind of a drag. That's okay. I'm just going to set it to drywall. I don't want to have to search all over for that special material you put on it. Let's see. Where's my wall stuff? I don't see the wall. I don't want to put wallpaper on there. I'm looking for drywall. When you spend more money, it's a lot easier to, oh, there it is, wallboard. Drywall. Okay. And I'm just going to take this and eyedropper that to the drywall. Okay. All right. I've done enough of this work on this thing gratis. I hope it's helped you. But, you know, settings are what this software runs on. And when the settings are in too much of an argument, well, then you don't get much of a product. Pull that down. And when the settings are correct, you do get a product. And I guess that if there's any moral of the story here, that would be the moral. Okay. Thank you for your kind attention. I hope this may help you and some other people.